Believe it or not, Americans are actually having less sex than they had in the past. Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to Sexual Thoughts with Dr. Nick. And I'm in kind of a mood right now. I'm sitting here watching the news and all of this madness that's going on in Charlottesville, Virginia, with the white supremacists, and they ran somebody over or something like that, and someone actually died, and it's just a mess. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, this is fucking insane. Like, welcome to Donald Trump's America. That's all I can say. And I probably will talk more about this in another video, but for right now, I'm going to talk about sex. It's a hell of a transition, but I'm going to try it anyhow. So research came out fairly recently, and they compared the sexual activity of adults in the early 90s to the sexual activity of adults in 2014. And they found that the adults actually had sex 9 fewer times in 2014 than the adults did in the early 90s. All right? And just to take it a step further, that research also found that the millennials are also having a lot less sex. So there could be something going on here. But and just in my quick read, I was sitting there thinking, all right, look, for the adults, it's only 9 times. All right, I mean, if it was 12 times, you could say that they were having sex 1 fewer time per month. Or 52 times, that would be 1 fewer time per week over the course of a year. But I'm like, look, it's only 9, okay? It's not that bad. You know, they control for race and education and economics and all that junk. But it's 9 times. But the reason that they gave for the decrease are somewhat interesting. So let's talk about that today. One of the more interesting reasons the researchers gave involved a phenomenon called helicopter parents, where the parents are so overly involved in their children's lives, in an effort to protect them, they overschedule them, and therefore the parents have to follow them around, and the parents and the adults are getting worn out. Therefore, they are too tired to have sex at the end of the day, you know, at evening or after dinner or whatever, because they burn themselves out chasing their kids around. And so that was the first reason given. The second reason given by the researchers involved technology. And at the same time, it's kind of really easy just to blame technology, because the researchers pretty much said that today's adults and millennials are so used to just being isolated on their cell phones like this all day and just looking at the screen or checking apps or whatever. And they never really take the time to look up and see who's cute or who's good looking. But my opinion, I want to take it a step further, because I don't think the researchers are necessarily wrong, but I want to add that it could be the possibility, because of technology like smartphones and cell phones, whatever, that people are not developing the interpersonal skills to date and mate with someone anymore. Because there's a skill to it. You know, you have to go out, learn how to talk to people, be friendly, such on and so forth. So I just want to put that in there. Or second item I have to mention about technology involves stress. Because due to cell phones, we are constantly connected to everybody and everything around the planet. And the stress level is so high right now, I think it kind of burns us out, kind of like the same way the helicopter parenting does for the other group I mentioned. But we're just so burned out, instead of Netflix and chill, we would prefer to Netflix and sleep, because we're just so burned out. We're so stressed out. And the third thing I have to mention involved decreased testosterone for men and for women. Because if you think about it, because I know it's technology, but think about it this way. because pesticides are so much stronger than they were in the past. That could have a negative impact on our testosterone levels. We really don't know yet. But I do know that there are xenoestrogens out there that mimic natural estrogens, and they're in the air we breathe and also in the water we drink, and most likely, possibly even in our food. So we're taking all these chemicals in and all these hormones in. I really think that they actually could be having a negative impact on our testosterone levels. And finally, in one of the more interesting concepts the researchers came up with, involved something they named the demographic time bomb, where they said because of lower fertility rates, people aren't having sex, people are going to have fewer kids, you know? And I kind of look at that as a population time bomb. That's my phrase. And I took it a step further, like I always do with everything, because there was a big push in the media about a year ago. You may have seen it, you may not, where they were talking about how whites are actually dying off in 17 states in America. All right. And they pretty much blame this on suicide and the opioid epidemic. So I'm like, okay, well, if there are fewer men out there, there's fewer, there are fewer babies will be born. So in that sense, the population will also drop again for them, but that's more of a demographic time bomb. So I just found that pretty interesting. So maybe some parts of this stuff could be coming true. And so as I close out this video, I just want to say that I think there could be something going on. And to the researchers, I'm sure they'll watch my video. No, they won't, but I'm just saying, maybe they could look for changes per year versus per generation. Because maybe, you actually may find smaller changes, which can only support your idea that Americans are actually having less sex, okay? And I gotta add this too, because this is really important, because it's my opinion that if you are having good sex and you are happy in your sexual health, you will make time for sex. I don't care how tired you are, you will make time for sex, period. And I'm right too. So just a quick summarize, the researchers are saying that Americans are having less sex. And the question of the day is, does that apply to you? So on that note, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.